every other luxury brand, Acura is looking to target the coveted Generation Y buyers with a vehicle designed to be youthful, efficient, and well-priced. In the past, that responsibility was left to the Integra. It was known as a reliable, cheap, and sporty vehicle that quickly gained a loyal group of followers for the Acura brand. Over the years, Acura grew tired of watching their smallest model become known as the street racer that it's known today. Fast forward 10 years, and what I have here is that model's spiritual successor, the 2013 ILX. Does it have what it takes to take Acura's role as the entry-level model within their lineup? Let's find out. Even though Acura says this car doesn't replace the Integra, you can bet that everybody who sees it will make references to it. Up front, it's got the brand's latest version of their corporate shield grille, which in my eyes actually works the best on the smallest member of the Acura family. Up front, you get these standard projector headlights, and if you option for the premium and tech package, you'll be treated to HIDs and fog lights. The whole front of the car just has a lower, wider stance to it with its own uniquely sloped windshield and more traditional wiper blade design. Like the original Integra, this car is Civic-based, but that's really where the similarities end. The side profile of the ILX shows Acura trying to make the car look a little bit more distinctive. You have this really long character line that goes the entire length of the vehicle. You have these rather attractive looking 17-inch wheels which come on the premium and the technology package. While coming to this rear quarter panel area right here, I kind of see Lexus IS influence here, which isn't necessarily a bad car to copy, but I kind of wish Acura thought of its own unique look. The rear end of the ILX is on the boring side for me, which is why we elected to add the dealer-installed accessory lip spoiler. It helps to liven up a rather conservative look. The exhaust tip on the ILX, unfortunately, is also hidden. But you can see our particular tester has this chrome outlet. It was added, and I must say it helps to make the rear end look a lot better. Note to Acura, if you're watching this, please stop removing the chrome outlets from your newer models. It's making your cars in the back look really boring. As with any other vehicle, you're probably wondering how's the trunk capacity. The ILX is not bad. It's kind of comparable to a Civic. You'll find a really big opening. Unfortunately, you do have hinges that do crush your cargo, but it's roughly the size of a Civic. You're looking at about 12.5 cubic feet. One note though, a Civic EX and up has a 60-40 split fold down. Acura's is only a one-piece folding. Stepping inside the vehicle, you'll find a cabin that is very Acura. A high-tech, premium environment that's a big step above even the updated 2013 Civics. Now, you will find standard push-button start, so basically keep this Acura key fob in the vehicle. That's standard on every model. For this particular one, put the clutch in and push the button to start the engine. And this 2.4 model that I'm driving has a specially tuned exhaust, and you hear it even at initial startup. It's basically the same exhaust out of the Civic Si. Now, the dash materials, you'll find a soft touch, high quality material. It's all in the upper portions, very nice fit and finish throughout. Every ILX model will have dual zone automatic temperature control and that 5-inch iMid display. However, everyone really should be adding the premium package. That rolls you in the leather, the heated seats, the backup camera with the multi-views, the XM satellite radio, and then the premium 7-speaker Acura sound system. Now, there are some elements in here that shows a little bit of cost cutting. The door panels, for example, have a soft touch, high quality feel, just like the dash. However, the plastic around the door handle, this feels pretty cheap, along with the plastic around the window switches. You do get automatic up and down for the driver and the front passenger window. Kind of wish that they gave you that for all four. Now, the 6-speed model has an excellent transmission. As it should, this is the only transmission available. It's got really positive throws, light throws. It's got a snick feel. The shift knob is the same stubby little one from the 8th generation SI. And aside from, the 6-speed model, the interior does give you some clues that this is a special model. You'll find drilled aluminum pedals, the contrasting stitching on the seats, and then the red backlit gauges. All the other ILX models will have just the white colored gauges. One element that I am noticing about the backup camera, it is rather useless when the weather is bad outside. For some reason, where they put the placement of the backup camera, it kind of just clouds and makes everything dirty, and you can't see anything when it is bad weather. The back seat of the ILX is actually quite surprising. Acura positions this car below the larger TSX, yet there's actually a little bit more room back here than the larger TSX. You can see it's got a flat floor right here. The TSX has kind of a hump. You have a nice armrest here with some cup holders. And then the leather seats are very high quality, very comfortable. And then the door panels, you'll find the same soft materials from the front seats. I do see some cost cutting as this model does not have rear seat vents and only one map pocket as well. Under the hood, you'll find a trio of powertrains. Of course, I've got the hot one. This is the 2.4-liter K24 Z7 motor from the Civic Si. It's paired with only a 6-speed manual transmission. Here are the numbers: 201 horsepower and 170 foot-pounds of torque. Think of it as the successor to the original Integra GSR. Your other choices are a rather boring 2-liter 4-cylinder with 150 horsepower, which I've showed you before. And then, of course, there's the hybrid model, which is the 1.5-liter unit from the Civic Hybrid. Thankfully, I'm going to be showing you guys the hot model for the rest of this review. For those of you who care, MPG for this model is 2231. The other ones are 2435 and 3938 respectively. So many of you have asked me, why did I choose the ILX as the new long-term vehicle as opposed to, a Focus ST or GLI? I was dead set on choosing those. Well, as I've always said, choosing a vehicle really depends on, your specific personal needs and taste. And the fact of the matter is, there was already a hot hatch in the lineup. The GTI is already a great hot hatch, and there was really no need for 2 hot hatches. Now, one thing I was really sick about with the Fit was the fact that it was very high-strung, it was too noisy, it had a really stiff, irritating ride. And, I had come down to the GLI and this car to pretty much choose because I was thinking I wanted to go back to a sedan. Because with sedans, you have a little bit better back seat room, it's a little bit quieter, and the ride of this car is really one of the big deciding factors on why I chose it. The Acura says this car has what they call their amplitude reactive shock absorbers. Now, what that basically means is it has a specially designed shock to, adjust the fluid so it kind of filters out the little mini vibrations in the road surfaces, and you really feel that this car has a really comfortable, soft ride, and it's just very nice on a long road trip. Now, the ride quality of this car is definitely still on the firmer side. It's comfortable, but it still lets you know that this vehicle is ready to play when you want it to. And play it certainly does. This particular one that I have, as I said, is the 2.4-liter 6-speed manual model. Think of it as the Integra GSR competitor, or not competitor, the successor. Because remember, the GSR had the 1.8-liter 170 horsepower motor with the 5-speed. This is kind of like that car's, successor. It still has that trademark high revving character that Hondas are known for. Yet it's still very comfortable and compliant to drive on the highway in everyday use. The one thing about it compared to the SI, it doesn't have those, video game, shift lights here and there, but I don't really miss them. I kind of think it goes with the SI's immature character. This car is more of a grown-up car, and it doesn't really need it. It still has that noise when you get on the throttle, because this car has basically the same exhaust as the SI. And it's just a real joy to shift this 6-speed. Acura says that they added more sound deadening materials to this car. They made it quieter. And unfortunately, it's not quiet enough sometimes. It still can be on the noisy side, unfortunately. That's, typical Acura Honda trademark is the road noise. You can see this car has plenty of power. 0 to 60 times are about 6, I've seen it as low as 6.2 to about 6.8. I'd probably say it falls right at the 6.5 second range. It's not much slower than an SI because the ILX only weighs about 80 pounds more than an SI. So you can see you haven't really sacrificed much in the way of performance with this thing. What you have sacrificed, unfortunately, is the limited slip differential that the SI gives you. And I do kind of miss it. And you can see I am the kind of person that likes to accelerate hard at a turn. The ILX will spin its inside wheel during aggressive throttle when you're turning, so I kind of think that the ILX needs the limited slip diff. I mean, I know Acura knows most owners, or practically all the owners, won't take this car to the track. I'm never going to take it to the track. This car is our long-term car. We're testing it because we needed something that was more comfortable on the highway. And you know, I guess that's the reason why they didn't include it. What I do think Acura needs to include is the tech package. You know, this car priced at $30,950, it needs the tech package for it to be of value. I mean, of course, this one is the premium package. It only comes like this with the 6-speed, and you know, we didn't pay close to, you know, the money that the $30,000 price tag was offering, just because Acura is giving us really hefty discounts on this car. But you know, I think that if they were going to update the car, the 2.4 needs to be available with an automatic. I think they should really just drop the 2-liter. Either drop the 2-liter or make the MPG, you know, close to 40 miles per gallon like the Civic. It'll justify, you know, the slower 150 horsepower. But I think until Acura makes the tech package available and standard at the $30,000 price tag with this model, it's going to be a little bit of a more expensive car now. So what does the ILX compete with? Well, it competes with the Volkswagen GLI, the Buick Verano Turbo, and then it also competes with BMW's new 320i with their 180 horsepower detuned 2-liter. And as well as that, the upcoming Mercedes CLA, which is their new front-wheel drive small sedan priced at just under $30,000. So, you know, this semi-entry-level premium compact class is starting to get filled with more competitors. And if Acura really wants to, you know, hold their position as the value leader, they need to update the ILX with those kind of suggestions. Until they make those changes, I really don't think the ILX is going to become the sales success that they want it to be. It's a great car, but I think that once they've made those changes, people will start to actually buy the car, which I'm starting to see more and more of them on the road today. But until they do that, people are going to continuously keep calling this car, you know, just a fancy Civic, which, to be honest, I think is a little bit harsh. The Integra technically was a fancy Civic, and it was a great car. But anyways, guys, if you're in the market for, you know, a vehicle like this, I definitely think the 13 ILX is worth it, because there are times, I mean, the discounts that they are giving on the vehicle is pretty hefty. But I really only believe that the 2.4 6-speed is the model to get. Of course, that kind of limits its sales. So the 2-liter automatic I've driven, it's not really as fast as I'd like it to be. I think if the MPG went up to 40, it would be great. But hope you guys have enjoyed my overview of the our new long-term vehicle, the 2013 ILX 6-speed. Stay tuned for more updates on this car as we go along. I'll give you guys the MPG, reliability, how it's held up. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll catch you all later.